Hello dear friends. In this session we are going to understand how to connect to MySQL database using Python. First we'll discuss how to install the MySQL connector which is required for connecting to MySQL database, and then we'll select a particular database from MySQL and we'll select the record from a particular table in that database. So here the spider is installed on this machine, which is the most powerful and popular IDE that we can use for writing the Python script. So on the command prompt, first you have to give the command pip install mysql connector dash python mysql dash connector dot python. After giving this command, if the mysql connector is already installed, it will show the message requirement already satisfied. Otherwise it will download the package from internet and will install. After installing this package, you can directly use the mysql connector on your Python script. But before writing the script, I will show you the database to which I want to connect from this script. So I'm moving towards the browser. Here I'm hitting the localhost. So here in this machine a XAMPP server is installed in which the MariaDB database is there. So I'm going to use the phpMyAdmin console. So here on the database, the student database is already there. So these are the different databases available in MySQL. So the student database is there on which the stud table is there, and there are two records in this stud table and having the columns roll number, name and email. So we are going to connect to this stud table in student database, right? So now I'm moving towards the spider. So first I need to import the package that is needed for connecting to MySQL database. So name of the package is mysql.connector. Then once you import the package, you can initialize your connection like this: mysql.connector.connect is a function that is used to connect to MySQL database. So this function takes many arguments, but we have to pass at least three parameters to this function. The first is host to which you want to connect from this script. So host is generally local host. If the database is present on this local machine, you have to specify the local host. Then the name of the user through which you want to connect to the MySQL. The default username of MySQL database is root, and the default password is blank. So here I have to specify the password equal to blank. So these are the parameters that is required for connecting to MySQL. So after that, that connection will be initialized here. Using this connection, you have to initialize the cursor for accessing the record, accessing the tables in a database, or firing any SQL command on MySQL database. You need to create a cursor. So we need to initialize the cursor. How can we initialize the cursor? By using the connection object, you have to call the cursor method. Then your cursor will be initialized, and using this cursor object, now you can execute the command on database using this execute function. Suppose you want to select the database from MySQL, you have to use the use command and use student. I am specifying here student is a database to which I want to connect from this script. Then one by one I can execute this number of SQL command using the same function execute. So here I want to select the record from the stud table, select star from stud, like that I can specify the command. So whatever the records which are there in student table will be available in cursor. Now I want to traverse the cursor. So for that I can write a loop like this. For uh, rows in cursor, I can specify like this, and I can print the rows one by one. So once I execute this command, if there is no error, this simple script will display the record which is there in the stud table in student database. right? So here are the two records which we have displayed from Python script. So for getting the column value one after another, or for getting the row value one after another, so we can specify the loop in different way as per your requirement. So instead of printing this value, I can print the value like this. If I want to get the value of first column, I can write r of 0. If I want to get the values from the first column, so all the rows will be available in r and in cursor, and from the cursor we are getting the row one after another, and from each row I want to get the value of first, second, third column. So I can fetch the value like this. So after getting the first column value, I want to concatenate the space in between, and I want to concatenate the value of second column, and then again space, and again I want to concatenate the value of third column. uh, One column, here you have to specify the one, and here you have to specify the two. Once I execute this, the output will be displayed like this. So I can display the record. Before that, it displays the r as a list, or if I want to perform some operation on each value of the row, so you can access the row value like this. So there is another method to access the row value. Instead of writing this, I can concatenate this value into a single string, and I can display the values. I can write a loop for traversing up to cursor, up to the rows, and another loop for traversing up to column. So instead of writing this loop, I can uh, okay. So here, so I'm adding this block in comment, and again I'm going to write one more loop that will traverse up to rows, total number of rows in the table, and I'm going to add one more loop that will traverse up to all uh, rows in the that will traverse to all columns in the row, right? Then I can initialize one variable here, s equal to blank, and I can concatenate the values like this. Yes, str, I'm going to convert all the column values to str. If there are some integer value, that integer value cannot be converted into a string value. I have to convert the integer value into string. That's why I'm writing here str of c, and then I'm going to concatenate the space between the each column. After completing this loop, I'm going to print this yes. So in this way I can print the values in the loop. Only I think it displays only c in row and c of okay for c in r. So what happened to this? So we want to display all the values here. So value should be displayed, but we are not getting the roll number and name here. S equal to blank, and then c in r, s equal to s plus, sorry, s equal to s plus str of c, and then space. Okay, s equal to s plus str. If I print the values will be displayed like this. So in this way, we can get the record, we can fetch the record from MySQL database. I hope you understand. Thank you.